Today we have a look at the Omicron surge, box office reports, an officer-involved shooting in the area, and much more.
We have today's weather forecast with Madison and a look at sports with Sharier.
Today is Wednesday, January 26, 2022.
And we are live from Studio H12 and you're watching VOX News Today.
Welcome back. I am Alex Wingard.
And I'm Ben Dudash.
Right now, it's Omicron. For fully vaccinated adults, cases are often mild or asymptomatic. Still, the country is now averaging more than 2,000 deaths every day, slightly higher than the Delta variant peak last September. Pfizer says it's manufacturing an Omicron-specific vaccine, and they're testing it out now. But some health experts think we need a universal coronavirus vaccine.
The world's oldest male gorilla is dead. Zoo Atlanta says Ozzy had that title when he died Tuesday at age 61. The western lowland gorilla weighed 350 pounds. Keepers say he lost his appetite last week. Although the case of the death is still unclear, Ozzy wasn't the oldest in the world since two female gorillas are older.
Due to Germany's newest report since the start of the pandemic, with 164,000 new cases within the last 24 hours, according to the latest Robert Koch Institute data published Wednesday. The country's 7-day incidence rate has risen to 940.6 infections per 100 people, up from 584.4 infections a week ago, according to RKI data. The country recorded another 166 deaths related to COVID-19, bringing the total number of coronavirus-related deaths since the pandemic began to 117,126, according to the latest data. Health authorities have recorded a total of 9,035,795 coronavirus cases.
Japan reported 62,599 new coronavirus cases on Tuesday, surpassing 660,000 for the first time since the start of the pandemic. According to the data released from Japan's Ministry of Health, Labor, and Welfare, the surge in coronavirus cases comes as the country expands their emergency measures to cover 18 more prefectures from Thursday until February 20th. Amid worries the medical sector will come under strain, 37 of Japan's 47 prefectures are now under quasi-state of emergency measures.
The movie industry was optimistic in late 2021, and then came Omicron. David Daniel looks at how the latest coronavirus variant is affecting what movies are landing in theaters and who's going to see them. Spider-Man No Way Home has set box office records, but it's been the exception. After a brief resurgence, most moviegoers are once again staying home. Box office expert Paul Decarabidia says movie studios are also still on edge about the pandemic this weekend. This weekend, no new movies are opening in wide release. It's no coincidence that studios are ranking on the bat, the cat, and the spider as coronavirus cases rise again.
A fire started in Harold Carroll's home last Monday. The disabled elderly man struggled to escape until his neighbor came to the rescue. The power went out at Carroll's home, which made it nearly impossible for him to get out of his electric recliner. The ramp that he issues was engulfed in flames, and the garage door was glowing red. Kaler's neighbor, Eric Bean, sprang to action and safely got Kaler and his recliner to safety. The man is now being regarded as a hero.
Actor Jussie Smollett's attorney says a sentencing date in Smollett's case has been set for March 10th. A jury convinced the former Empire actor in December on 5 counts of felony disorderly conduct for his 2019 hate crime hoax. Smollett was found guilty of falsely reporting to police that he was the victim of a hate crime in January of that year. The case drew national attention and caused outrage for days until it became clear Smollett made the story up. Authorities determined he paid two brothers $3,500 to stage an attack on him in order to generate publicity and advance his career. Smollett's defense team said it will appeal the verdict.
And now let's check on our weather with Madison. Madison, what can you tell us?
The temperature was very cold in the morning, which seems to be our current weather pattern. I will share what the rest of the day will look like and more right after this break.
Wow, college already.
Yeah. We gotta go.
I love you.
I love you too, Daddy. And thanks for everything.
Gratitude. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
That sounds awful. Seriously, awful.
But a lot better than last week.
We weren't born to follow.
Welcome back. I'm Madison Johnston with your weather. It was before 7 a.m. when an Iowan man was taking his trash to the curb, and out of this world surprise had him in shock and awe. A massive ball of fire streaked across the sky. The man said, quote, it lasted just for a few seconds, but it was bright and dramatic. The man caught this footage on his security camera facing out towards his driveway. The American Meteor Society claimed that they received more than 400 reports of sightings across 11 U.S. states. And now let's go ahead and take a look at our 7-day, our weather at glance. Today will be a high of 43 and a low of 22 with precipitation at 1%, with winds coming from the north-northeast at 5 to 13 miles per hour. The humidity is at 49% and the dew point is at 48 degrees. Visibility is 5 miles and the UV index is 3 out of 10. And now let's look at our local radar. As of right now, there is nothing in the area, so we're very clear right now. let's go ahead and look at our national radar. There's some storms in Florida and some snow and ice in Oklahoma City and the northern part of Texas. And now let's look at our 7-day weather. Wednesday will be partly cloudy with a high of 43 and a low of 22. Thursday will be mostly sunny with a high of 51 and a low of 33. Friday will be very cloudy with a high of 42 and a low of 17. Sunday will be sunny but very cold with a high of 35 and a low of 20. Sunday will be mostly sunny with a high of 50 and a low of 27. Monday will be partly cloudy with a high of 53, a low of 32, and Tuesday will be partly cloudy with a high of 58 and a low of 45. That's all I have for weather. Now here's Sawyer with your sports report.
I have the latest on the Tennessee Valley sports and more after the break.
Well, you're wrong.
I'm wrong. You're the one who misrepresented the facts.
Are you kidding?
Your proposal's ludicrous.
My proposal will go exactly the way I say it will.
My dead body.
I think somebody needs a timeout.
Oh, that's the power of one.
Civility. Pass it on.
One grain of sand can turn the tide.
I'm the greatest hitter in the world! Strike one. I'm the greatest hitter in the world! Strike two. I'm the greatest hitter in the world! Strike three. Wow! I'm the greatest pitcher in the world!
Optimism. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Welcome back. I'm Sorry Hughes with your sports. The dust is still settling on the 2022 Baseball Hall of Fame ballot. We now know that David Ortiz has made it into the Hall in his first try, while some huge names, including Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens, are now done with their 10th and final stint on the ballot. Due to those things, the ballot next offseason is going to be quite a bit different, though prominent holdovers do, of course, remain. With the 149th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Cincinnati Bengals selected Evan McPherson, a kicker from Fort Payne, AL. Why in the world would they draft a kicker? McPherson kicked a game-winning field goal in his very first NFL game. His last game winner sent the Bengals to the AFC Championship game for the first time since 1988, a kick he was so confident in, he told backup quarterback Brandon Allen from good old Fort Payne, AL, to getting kisses from Joe Burrow. Even McPherson is a superstar to many, but he's also a brother, a son, and the reason why you draft a kicker. That is all I have for sports. Stay tuned for more news right after this break.
CRCC to me is a calling that God placed on my life to really step out in faith on something that I didn't think I could do, and it's been amazing to see how God's worked through it.
CRCC stands for Crossroads Community Church, but we're a church that our vision is to be a life-giving church in our community. We do that through helping people know God, find freedom, discover their purpose, and then go make a difference. And so that's what we're doing every week, is helping people discover their jam and go make a difference.
I hope the days come easy and the moments pass slow, and each road leads you where you wanna go. And if you're faced with a choice and you have to choose, I hope you choose the one that means the most to you. And if one door opens to another door closed, I hope you keep on walking till you find the window. If it's cold outside, show the world the warmth of your smile. But more than anything, my wish for you is that this life becomes all that you want it to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold. And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, I hope you know somebody loves you and wants the same things too. Yeah, this is my
I walk you across the street?
Sure. Why not? Thanks.
You're welcome.
Welcome back.
The Georgia Bureau of Investigation is looking into an officer-involved shooting Tuesday of Polk County, Georgia. Polk County, Georgia man that the GBI says was threatening suicide. An Oregon Police Department officer responded to a call of a person threatening suicide, according to GBI. When the officer arrived, GBI says Derek Rock was at the door with a gun to his head, threatening to shoot himself. The officer gave commands to Rock for him to drop the weapon, but Rock pointed the weapon at the officer, and the officer fired multiple times at Rock. According to GBI, Derek, Rock died on the scene, and the officer was not injured.
According to the Florida Museum of Natural History, 2021 saw 73 unprovoked attacks around the world. That number is up after 3 consecutive years of declines, though 2020 could be considered an outlier since the pandemic kept people away from beaches. The U.S. leads the world in shark attacks, with 47 last year. All but 4 of them happened on the Atlantic coast. The good news is the U.S. does not lead in deadly shark bites. That dubious honor goes to Australia, as 3 of its 12 recorded attacks were fatal. The U.S. only saw 1 such death. Surfers account for more than half the shark bite victims around the world. We are on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube through our channel BCHS VOX News.
You will also find more online at our website, voxnews.net.
Remind your friends to like, subscribe, share, and tune in.
Oh, you just can't name that Fox.
That is all we have for you today from Studio H12 at Bradley Central.
And as always, God bless and go Bears!